If at first you don't succeed, try and try again. This is the final attempt at my live. So welcome to the group, to the page. Quickly wanted to just, I come across information, and it has been going around for a few years, that Microlocs are a knockoff of something else, of Sister Locks, where that it is a non-trademark. I think there's something going on with my mic here. I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay. But when I created the term Microlocs for my area in Brooklyn, New York, I pulled it out of my experience with microbraids. And knowing that there was Sister Locks already in existence, I just felt like there were a lot of voids that needed to be filled. My mentor, the person that did my hair and ultimately trained me in her techniques at the time, was a former Sister Loctician trained directly by Joanne. And she worked very much within the system on that contract upon which she signed. And she started to realize that there was some innovations, some adjustments, some additions to what she was doing that she wanted to add. But also because she respected that brand, she respected her role in that, and the agreement that she made, she did not want to incorporate anything new that would jeopardize the branding of what she was doing without getting permission. So she formally wrote, she requested, found out that it was very rigid, upon which rigid restrictions for how she had to work and provide the service. So she ended up writing a formal letter and saying, I release myself. Thank you so much for all this wonderful information and opportunity, but I release myself from this contract and, part ways formally, so that she can now then use an innovative tool that had to come on the market, a tool that I distributed many years ago, many who know my history. I shall leave it nameless, but it is an awesome tool. And I distributed that tool worldwide, also promoting simultaneously Microlocs, which helped to spread this word and alternative. But she, then incorporated use of other tools from the start. So when I got my hair installed, I knew that I wasn't a part of officially, technically, legally a part of the Sister Lock brand, to say that my hair was in that branding at all. And so I wanted to find a way to distinguish, and also knew that I already had naturally beautiful hair care in existence. I wanted to add to naturally beautiful hair care. And so once I received training, I was finding a way that I can distinguish. So at the time, there was no Microlocs. There was no microlocs.com, which is one of my platforms. There was no, it wasn't any search engine results. And when you did start, people started looking once they started hearing, and in Brooklyn, New York, I would come up. Many people would say, you're the only, I've never even heard that word before. What is that? And so when I used and started pushing towards branding this as an alternative, I was very clear that there would be a standard. The standard would be a consistent method, a consistent use of a type of a tool that provided the superior results that we were finding, my mentor and I, and a bunch of other professional qualities that we felt were really important. And it also was open-ended and allowed for innovation. And it allowed for the use of products that worked best for people. It allowed for the use of people to use different tools. And it didn't confine or restrict. So that is what I pushed. And I pushed to branding, and I pushed, to trademarking, and all these things in my history. If you care to look back. But due to the nature of the term and these things, it wasn't meant to be. So cool. I said, let me go forward and continue to brand my own business's method of providing Microlocs using these consistent techniques. Fast forward, I became a grown behind woman, had babies, had one baby, had a whole bunch of life situations, and I was not able to be a YouTube influencer. I wasn't able to be on videos and do all these things to push and promote, nor was I able to have much of a input into the market at that time because I had to do grown woman things and take care of my life. Yeah, becoming a single mother is very challenging. So I had to tend to those things. And I started to watch, and I had people working with me and people apprenticing with me and watching the market and saying, people are saying that this is a cheap version of. I actually had someone say that to me. Meanwhile, I knew that I had high quality hair. I knew that what I invested in my own training and in my own techniques was not something that was secondhand, but it's something that was actually enhancing and providing something into the market. Fast forward, created Microloc Mastery and wanted to provide and further innovation. Online platform, 24 hours accessible. My own patented tool and system shipped to people, making sure people had accessibility to training, support, and supplies no matter where they were in the world, which I had to learn, but I shipped. We are now, Microloc Mastery is in 4 countries and 20 states. And we started 2 months before the pandemic, in January of 2020. So I'm still very driven into creating viable alternatives that I'm constantly ever evolving, because the market is ever evolving. And so when I hear people start to describe something that I was very much involved with at the forefront of this alternative way to create small locks, and I hear them describe it as, it's just because I could not, because the market is now just like an open market. It does make me, the reason why I do what I do as a licensed social worker is because I know what it feels like to be a woman, wanting services, wanting consistency and wanting quality, and going someplace and not being able to have that, or dropping a lot of money into some unknown techniques. When people, I literally have seen people say they provide a service and the techniques that they're using, I know for a fact, are not going to provide longevity. It just really eats me up inside, because I too was a client, vulnerable with my self-esteem, with my hair. And I would be vulnerable to go into a space where someone wasn't 100% certain on the techniques that they were using. They weren't 100% certain on long-term results. It may look good in the moment, but how is that going to develop over time? How is my hair going to look over time? And they're taking this almost the same amount, if not more money than I would be charging for creating the standardized techniques. And then people down the line, they don't have that guarantee or knowing that the hair is going to give the results that the client actually really is seeking. So being results driven is where I'm at. Like, I wouldn't have wanted to invest. I am 13 years down the line. I'm 13 and a half years of having my hair this way. And like I said, this isn't, I think I would have been in a different space if I had huge problems during this time, if I had to cut it off, if I had to shave my head. And so I said, you know what, this is very much my baby. I don't have to do this. I'm a little fiery and I don't have a lot of viewers. That's fine. You can watch on a replay. I might do this again. But there's a passion in me to do this that goes beyond, I can't even explain it. I have the knowledge to do my field's work. I'm Ivy League educated. I have a master's and I'm licensed in multiple states under my profession. And I still choose to invest in this business and making sure that other women not only get the services that they need, but they have the skills to go and create income and resources for themselves. Y'all, I mean, I'm so mild and I try to be really, but this, like, my spirit is on fire, because it's like, this is the message that I want to get out. This is the passion behind what I do. This is not to jump on a bandwagon. I created the truck that's pulling the wagon. And I want to make sure that people are doing these services and helping women out, from that women can be helped full circle, whether you are a client or whether you are a professional. And that's why I did that video, Stop Scamming, because I know the industry, the market is oversaturated and running kind of buck wild with people's ideas. But when you are at the beginning of the innovation, when you are at the beginning of it, and you don't, number one, I had to make peace with not getting the full credit because people didn't know who I was, because I wasn't able to, at the time, do the legal protections. But it's okay because I got things under wrap now. But it's like, when you have this fire in you to make sure you provide these services, I want to make sure that what I'm offering is fully understood, so that you can weed out through and understand, or at least know what to ask as you do your search. And so then I do my videos and I spend my time as a single mother, and I get back on YouTube after overcoming a lot of my anxiety. Thank you, Peter. After overcoming a lot of insecurities about being on camera and going through hell. A lot of us have gone through hell, traumatic experiences in our life, and we still want to show up for our passions. And that's what I do. I don't know what's going on with that. Sorry. So you, some big inspiration, Queen. Thank you. I figured I didn't even care if I had viewers, that I was going to do this and record this and just share it. And if people decided that, if it heard what they said and it was more viewers later, but I'm not in the business of trying to convince people of my passion. I'm here to show it. And I'm here to make sure that I share that this is what I do. This is why I do it. This is why I created it. I'm handling a lot of things legally behind the scenes. It's probably a lot of platforms people see. I have my hands in it all because it's just a part of me. And the goal of it and the intentions were always pure, from a space of what I chose to do versus what an opportunistic opportunity, whatever that makes sense, right? So there's a lot of people that have a passion for things. There's a lot of people that have gifts. And that's when I did my video on operating with integrity. But there's also a lot of misinformation, a lot of people being misguided, and a lot of people that come across my way, come back into my space, sharing stories about mildly or severely traumatic experiences around their hair and getting services. It can be a minor thing to a major thing, dropping money. And I'm also dealing with copycatters now. Like it's so much that I see in the marketplace. And with someone who has a mental health background, I kind of understand. No, I don't understand. I'm not giving excuses, but I see, I know what I see. And I'm trying to insert into this industry, keeping focus on helping and being operating with integrity and being clear, etc. I'm I'm all over the place. I got to get my daughter in a few minutes from aftercare, but I might yeah, I might come back on here since I started to dabble into the topic and come on here and finish up this topic. But something in me just says, keep sharing your purpose of why you do this, because while the legal team is going and trying to figure out how to protect what is proprietary information that they're doing our thing, I'm looking and I'm seeing and I'm hearing people try to describe what Microlocs are or what alternatives are, and there's all this different information. And I sit back and I watch and I'm like, well, you're starting people's hair that way. They're not going to have the results. Are you prepared to deal with that? Or what are you going to do? Are you going to just take their money? Some people are having horror stories about even how they were treated. And so I don't want that to continue for women, because like I said, if that were me, I told my mentor this the other day, if she were one of these people operating not in integrity, starting my hair with some crazy methods, I said I would have flipped over her whole apartment. And she was like laughing. I said, because I was so vulnerable when I came to her. We'll definitely take your class. Oh, hey, okay, in Dubai. Wow, I want to go to Dubai so much. I look forward to working with you. We have Ghana, Nigeria already, students there. And I'm working on some other countries. I keep quiet, but Dubai is one place I would love to visit. It seems so beautiful. With that being said, I wanted to get on this particular page because it is focused on Microlocs. I wanted to make sure that went live on here. And I might come back on later. My thoughts may be a little scrambled because now I'm just like trying to hurry up so I can get my daughter. But I mean what I say. I have to keep pushing. I feel like I have to keep pushing out my messaging because this is just beyond hair. This is just beyond doing a style. And can you take, how many clients can you book, and can you find a way to do it so that we can get these clients? It's about doing things right. It's about getting formal training. It's about crediting where you even learned and got your techniques. It's about working together instead of either working together or creating your own proprietary info, but not stepping on, because I think I'm learning to market, I'm learning to be, but I see outright just plagiarizing outright. And it's like, what is the intention behind that? What is the intention behind that? Always give credit to what inspired you. Create your own, or make sure that you operate in integrity and you protect, because going around and doing that just is a red flag that when you actually have students or clients, whoever's taking your service, that you don't have their best interest at heart, because you've already done these kind of snaky moves. We don't need that these days, especially as people of color, especially as women of color, men and women of color. We need to start being supportive of each other. We need to start getting our help where we need to get help so that we can stop doing these kind of things to each other. We need to definitely give credit and move in what you do really well, because what you do really well is yours. And if you do something really well, there's just ways to shine in your own space and give people what they really want. Because when you tap into what your gifts really truly are and you move in that space, there's no denying your skill. You don't need to. There's that eliminates the other things. You're from Kenya, but you deal with locks and thin locks maintenance. Yeah, no regrets to mention this brand. Okay, cool. I'm always going to be a social worker. I'm always going to be who has a natural beauty business. I am never, ever going to not be connected with the client or the woman that's using those skills to better herself and her family and her community. I'm not going to. And when people who went to Columbia with me, who are like, what do we go to Columbia for? What are you doing with this hair business? And they're sitting here trying to figure out what I'm doing. I already knew I was connected to this business as a social worker with the passion. I already knew that. What I wanted and what I thought of. We were in a capitalistic society, so we got to protect what we have. But there are true people they're just doing these kind of really reckless kind of things. And all I have to say is, whether you believe in karma or not, you will get some consequences for actions when you do things like that to people, when you do things like that to other businesses. Operate with integrity, tap into your skills, stick to your purpose, and make it about helping other people. So as a woman, as a single mother who have a very, very low support system, y'all, like so low. My support system is me and my daughter, and whatever I pay for out of the little bit of pot of money I have, and then whatever I don't have invested in the business, literally go down to pennies almost every month to create opportunities for other women to learn skills without the restrictions that competition has, because I don't like that, because I want to see people win, because I want to see people shine without having to limit their own growth, signing a contract to, and then you got fear and threat. I want people to live free. But also know that we all need, I pay for investing with people's trainings all the time in other business arenas. And most of them are Black women, but women. And what makes me to really connect with them is that it's like, I know the passion and I know how hard it is to do this. And I know how hard it is to really fully standing in what you want to do and keep it running. And if you have a good heart, I can always pick that out from people. They really want to do this. Obviously, you want to have a business to create resources and income for yourself, but you also have a business to want to help others. And when you get something as touchy as hair, from me being the client and having sat in a client's chair and dropping money in another Black woman's hand to help her pay her bills, to me becoming a professional and then training other professionals, it's all still the same theme. I'm a Black woman and I know how it feels. And with that said, I'm going to end this. I might pop on later. I'm going to have more conversations about different topics around this on some other platforms. I think I'm in the group. I don't even know where I'm broadcasting right now. I think I'm in the group. Also, the Facebook group. You guys are really quiet. This has been a rough week for a lot of us, right? Very hard, Lisa. Yes. It's and I shared in a private group. I don't think you're in a private group. I shared in a private group. This has been a rough week. And what are we doing for wellness as professionals? Because we still have to go and do this service. And sometimes there are professionals that don't take care of their wellnesses. There are business owners that don't take care of their wellness, and they go around doing these kind of things because they got stuff going on that they need to sit in a therapist chair for. Well, we want to talk about that. And there's a lot of ways that we transfer a lot of our stuff out here. And that's also with the greed and the pull, and I could do, and I'm competing and competing against other Black women. Thank you, Lisa. And I want to be giving, and a lot of our actions is because of what we lack. I'm very aware of that. And when I feel like I want something, that's when I'm in the giving mode. Like when I feel like I wish someone gave to me, I wish I could win a mini supply kit. I'm about to gift it. I have people's names in my head already. I just said, oh my gosh, every time I post, there's always steady people that support. And I know they're supporting because they just want to support. And I'm like, I'm about to surprise them with some gifts because I just want to validate that. I just want to validate that feeling that you are, you're supported, you're being heard. And that goes all the way down to the hair, to the chair here with our hair. And not prying on people's vulnerabilities. I'm extremely vulnerable all the time, even doing this business, even doing these lives. If anyone knows me personally on my page, I shared that I didn't want to go live prior to August 2019. I was ashamed of how I looked. I gained weight from being depressed. I talk about mental health like it's nothing, so don't get uncomfortable. I was very depressed after I had my daughter. And I said, this passion did not stop. I still had people training. I still had websites being built. I spent all my money. I crowdfunded a little bit and put that into my sites. What you guys see now is not overnight. This is about 5 years in the making. And I'll be darned if I allow some misinformation to go around the internet or allow someone who clearly is doing a trademark infringement on my brand to go around and hoodwink y'all. Hoodwink y'all into dropping $1,200 or whatever money they got, you got their price at, to teach you how to do locks and methods that you're going to need to repair on. Y'all, you truly understand depression? Yeah, I'm going to talk about it. And we got stylists out here who are depressed. And I love the ones, I'm not going to shout their names out, but that share on their platform. Like, life has been hard and they still get behind the chair because of their passion and they do their work. But what about those people who aren't as in tune, who aren't supported, or who don't feel like they can share, and they've channeled all that in, and now it's in their work or how they move through this industry from their wounds? And there's a lot of us, or sitting in a chair and they're vulnerable, and now they got someone and they're not getting what they do. And they're like, already got life stressed. There's a lot, I hear this from a lot of people. They already have life stressed and they get in the chair. Now they got to worry about their hair. They got to worry about, wait, my hair is acting. And I've had clients be talked to like dogs from professional, not from anybody that came to me, showed me a thread of a text message conversation. She was asking about, she didn't like this particular brand's products, that she was told to use. And she said, what else can I do? My locks are coming apart, blah, blah, blah. And the person clearly did not know repair. But instead of just saying, I don't really know how to repair, let me find you a referral, she went back and forth with this woman. Well, if you had followed my instructions and used the Sister Lock shampoo, like I said, and it was just like, but is she giving you a solution? She's going back and forth with you. So this is like abusive. And I was just like, there's a lot of reasons on both ends why both of those people were having that conversation, but that has to stop. We got to start focusing on moving more healed in a more healed way. Like, really, if we are still dealing with stuff, how can we still remain professional? Because I still have to show up for clients. I've been through so much custody back and forth, like just emotionally abusive situations, and I still had to show up. And I remember the clients actually kept me going with the support, with the love. You're smiling, you're so, oh, I'm happy, I can't believe you're going through that. You seem so nice, or whatever, like allow me to be Jessica in my space. And so I know how healing, how transformative this whole business can be. And I'm looking at navigating and doing the stuff I need to do with admin wise, just stuff I come across. And then there's people who are brand new, never got locks, and they're looking. And if the information that they're even getting, and I'm just like, I just fear that. I don't fear, no fear. I just get concerned that they will, how their experience will be going invulnerable. And are they going to be guided to the right hands, guided to the right seat? A lot of people are. Some people aren't. Some people find it. You know what I mean? It's sad, the industry that happens where a lot of stylists are not professional. Hey, girl, this is why. Oh, now I got to drive. I was supposed to walk today to get my daughter, but now I have to drive. If you guys want, I can come back on. Now that I feel a little more comfortable, I can go back into this conversation, or not, but I may come back on later. Obviously, I'm not just going to talk about this. I will talk about other. See, wow, I'm just people coming out my emails from back in the day. Thank you guys for listening to my rant. I hope you guys have a good day. I hope I cleared up any of the conversation, any of the topic that I titled this video as. And yeah, I gotta speak. What time? Well, I have to get my daughter by 5:30, which is 10 minutes. And she then it becomes a whirlwind. So I don't know if I can. I don't know if it might be like 6, maybe 6. Yeah, maybe 6:15-ish. If you want me to. Okay. All right, guys. All right, bye. Bye, y'all.